Hi, everyone. Thanks for listening. Today we have Suzie Baughman, who is the owner of Tulip, which is a boutique shop in Lexington, South Carolina. Shop at tulip.com. She talks about all things opening a boutique, which she only opened 3 years ago and has already doubled the space. And she talks a ridiculous amount about her husband. And we hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Here for the Health of It podcast. I'm Dr. Randy here with Dr. Tom. As always, we appreciate you guys listening. For all the reviews, you can find us on Instagram as well. Just search Here for the Health of It podcast. We always have clips there. And we have a great guest for you today. We have Suzie Baughman, but it's not spelled Baughman.
No.
It's spelled Baughman.
That's right.
And you are the owner of Tulip.
Yes.
Which is a boutique shop in Lexington.
Yep.
So you love fashion,
I do.
clothing,
For sure.
matching colors.
Yes. Coordinating
Colors with people.
Yes.
Yeah, and mostly women's fashion.
Yes. Clothing, shoes, accessories.
Yep. Okay. And what about you? Do you dress your husband?
He does not care for fashion.
He doesn't?
He likes the store for sure. But he's been in construction for his whole life, so he's jeans and collared shirt.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're taking Joseph Ernest Baughman out on the town to an event,
Yes.
what are you throwing him in?
Probably khakis and a collared shirt, forcing him into that.
Yep.
We did just have to go to a wedding recently that was formal. So he wore a black suit. And
Oh, the old monkey suit for
Yes,
Joseph.
and he was very uncomfortable the entire time.
Yep.
But he did.
Did he wear a tie?
He did.
Yeah, but he took it off his first chance he could.
But not like a tux. Like if it's a tux event, he's not.
He's not even attending.
No.
He says, nope.
No.
That's when you've made it in life, when you just say no.
Yes.
Not doing it.
Yes.
So what about, I want to ask you some men's stuff too.
Okay.
Before we get into the
I knew
women's
it.
stuff.
This whole
Yeah.
show is going to be about men's fashion.
Yeah.
I love that y'all are into it.
Yeah.
Well, I want to be better at it.
He's trying.
I'm trying.
Yes.
And I got these new pants that have like the little side zipper.
I noticed them when I
Can you
walked
see
in.
that?
Mm-hmm.
And the little string is a different color in all
Yes.
black pants, so you notice it right
Now,
away.
what did you
But I can
think?
also tuck it under, so you don't really know.
So this is kind of a throw to the like cargo pants of
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Like if he has excess change, he needs a little purse to carry it
Yes.
around.
I was thinking cargo pants might come back.
maybe. Do y'all remember the ones that zipped like
Oh yeah, I
turned into
love
shorts?
those.
Joe probably still has a pair in his closet.
Yeah,
Yep.
I get it, Joe.
Classic. Great for golf in case it gets too hot. You just unzip.
Yes. For sure.
But not fashionable though. Like, do you think I should just not wear these ones for
Yeah.
events?
Probably not.
Yeah, I felt like
It's
you were going to say
fine
that, but
for
I had to take a
today.
risk
I know.
today.
Yes, you look very nice.
Oh,
but
thank you. But I'll put my string. If I tuck my string up, it probably looks better.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Don't
kinda
let
look-
anybody see the string.
You kind of look like when you leave here from doing this job, you're going to go do some yard work. So,
Do that. See, people tell me I look like the guy from Men in Black.
Yeah. Looks like you're going to go do yard work. I love it. And this is his fancy
That's
stuff,
what I was
too.
going
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
sorry, not meaning to roast you right out the gate.
Well, now this is good. So how should a chiropractor, like if you had to dress a chiropractor, and you could go female as well,
Yeah.
what would you like to see your chiropractor wearing?
I think casual is good. I think anybody that's too dressy is maybe a little bit intimidating.
Yeah.
I would say khakis and a collared shirt for a guy.
Nice.
I don't know if y'all are into jackets. Do y'all wear jackets when you're like a
Gets pretty hot. It's
doctor
too
coat?
much.
For women, I think dresses. I'm just a dress girl.
Really?
So dresses,
What length?
probably midi, just because I feel like y'all have to,
Yeah.
y'all are touchy-feely, maybe down on the ground a little bit. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
I'm always so jealous that they can wear dresses because it
Yes.
gets so hot in the summer and I'm in
Yes.
long pants. And
He'd love a dress.
Well,
I
and
for
with
sure
dresses-
would.
Like a midi. What's a midi? What size is that?
like
Oh,
mid-calf.
it goes to
Mid-calf.
mid-calf.
Yes. So for a dress, you only have to think about one thing. Like you don't have to think about pants, a top.
Yeah.
Right. Belt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got
So
Any particular fabric? Like what kind of fabric? Do you like tight spandexy? Do you like loose?
like the performance, I think is good for what you guys do. We have a brand that we carry in the store. Jude Connolly is the name of the brand. And she has something that she's invented. It's called Jude Cloth. almost like a cotton spandex blend, so it doesn't wrinkle. You can travels well, works well.
Nice.
So those fabrics are definitely
No wrinkle is key.
Yes, linen. As much as I love the way it looks, it drives me nuts. So
Yeah.
Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Columbia Family Chiropractic, with 3 easy-to-get-to locations, one in Forest Acres, which is by Trader Joe's, one in O'Neill Court by the DMV, and one in the Northeast by Sand Hills. You'll be sure to have somewhere near you. They offer a ton of services from corrective care, on-site digital x-rays, spinal decompression for bulging or herniated discs, dry needling for injuries, pediatric care, and a Class 4 laser. They accept all your major insurances. And if you mention this ad, you'll get a discount on your first appointment. Check out their website at cfc4health.com or Google Columbia Family Chiropractic. That's cfc4health.com. My hairdresser said, ask me, why do all chiropractors wear polo shirts that are way too tight for them? The male ones.
And it's mainly just random.
And it's me.
because you want to show the biceps.
Our friend Tim Losby, he wears shirts that are way too tight for him too. Almost all the guy chiropractors that I know, we wear just polo shirts that are too tight.
Okay.
What do you think? Why do you think they do that?
I mean, obviously you want something not loose, so it's just kind of baggy around all day.
I thought you were going to say because my muscle. I
Well,
want to
I
show off my
already made
biceps.
comment on the biceps.
I love it. She's just crushing.
There is a brand that I recently discovered. It's called True Classics. You guys may know about it already, but it's for men.
True Classic tees.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a lot of those.
Yes, my husband does too, and they look really nice on, and they're good.
What store sells them? What would
I
be?
think just online.
Yeah, it's all
right
online.
now.
But they
really?
shrink a little bit, and they only last maybe 6 or 8 washes, I've found.
Okay. Well, he probably hasn't washed them that much yet, so stay tuned.
He's had them for a few years, but just hasn't got the 6 wash. Nice.
Yeah.
So let's talk more about like when you go to your store.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody walks in the doors, do you judge them at all based on what they're wearing to shop?
No, we definitely thrive on a no judgment zone at Tulip. I would say a lot of our customers are, out and about, so they're probably in athleisure when they come in.
Yep.
We do have a lot of customers at work, so they come from work to shop.
Yeah. Anybody with a side zipper like Randy walk in?
Not yet.
You will.
The
After
trends
this.
always make their way back around, so you could actually be.
I want to be on
way
the
ahead.
front end of a trend.
He's
for
so
once.
ahead.
I'm usually
Like
just
10
starting
years.
to do something.
Yes.
Like, when gray was really in houses, as soon as I did my house gray, it turned to, no, gray's so out. That's gross. And I was like, all right.
Same.
So I was getting ready to paint my house, my brick, and everybody's been doing white.
White.
And I was like, I'm not doing white because the moment I do it, it's going to be over.
It's gonna be red brick
So
again.
I just chose whatever color I wanted.
It's funny. I have gray in my house too. Agreeable gray.
Right.
Now, so when you're looking at inventory,
Yes.
do you base it on an avatar, like your ideal person?
Ooh, good
For
question.
sure. I do
Okay.
have.
Tell
when
us
I
about that
first
person.
opened, of course, I didn't know who my shopper would be.
Yeah.
So I just bought what I liked and hoped for the best.
Yep.
Right. But since then, I have definitely discovered like my ideal shopper, and when I go to market, I actually have her in mind.
Yeah.
When I'm buying.
Like, where does she work?
She is actually a nurse. She's over nurses.
Ooh, nice.
At I want to say Prisma.
Wait, you're that specific with your ideal shopper?
Like she is my number one.
She's a real
shopper.
person.
She is a real person.
Oh, it's a real person.
Yes.
Oh, I thought
That's
you like
great.
dreamt up this thing and you got real detailed.
No.
Oh, but okay, you're
Well,
basing it off of a real person.
Yes. So I guess when I first opened, my ideal customer was me.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
I'd love to see a store Randy open up based on him. It would be amazing.
It would.
Hysterical.
Joseph would be in there every day.
Yes. I don't know. He's a big Ollie's guy. I don't know if y'all know about Ollie's. Like
No.
good stuff. Cheap.
Are those like suspend? Oh, yes. Not next to Southeastern Salvage?
Yes.
Yes.
You will see him in there weekly, probably.
They sell clothes?
No.
Oh, I was
but
going to say.
just
What
junk.
does he buy?
Yeah. It's kind of like Big Lots.
Yes.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so she works at Prisma. She's a nurse.
She's a nurse.
But she oversees the nurses.
Yes. So
Okay,
for
administration.
a certain division, I don't know specifics, but
Yeah.
I would say like her style is very unique. She doesn't like to step out and run into herself. And that's kind of what Tulip is about. Specialty pieces that you're not going to see somebody else wearing when you go to an event.
Nice.
She is very social, so she is out and about and needs special dresses for special things. But she's, she's, I would say, in her 50s. So,
Okay.
But we do. I mean, we have stuff for younger girls too.
Yeah.
I would say maybe 30 to 60 is our range.
That's the target. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I think about her when I go to market.
Nice.
I'm going to market next week, so I will have her in my mind.
Now, does she know that she's the person?
She does.
Oh, she does. Okay.
She does now. I don't
Yeah.
think she knew. We met, maybe. I was open for about 6 months before she became a shopper, and she lives in Lexington.
Okay.
So, but she has since, we've talked about it, that she is my girl, my ideal shopper.
She's probably a big fan of the show.
I don't know. She probably will be after this.
Yep.
Maybe I should give her a shout.
For sure.
I would love to be that person for someone.
Yes.
Right? Isn't that special?
Goodwill is taking applications.
Yes. You'd see Joe there too. Well,
All right. How about this? So when you're going to order sizes,
yes.
we will like make merchandise. And I want to show you a couple pieces just to get your advice on them.
Okay.
A little later. But when you do that, what sizes are you purchasing and quantities? Like, how do you arrange that? And have you noticed? I have a lot of questions on this one.
Okay.
Have you noticed the sizes getting bigger? Like you're ordering more big stuff compared to when you first opened?
I actually had a lot of requests when I first opened to do plus size, and I think like the premise with plus size clothing is a lot of people that I've talked to that are in this industry say that they've tried it and it just doesn't sell. So
Right.
I do try to be as size inclusive as I can. I usually buy extra small through extra large.
Yeah. How many of each though? Like what you're bulking up on mediums?
No, a lot of my stuff is higher end. The price point's a little bit more expensive. So in that instance, definitely if somebody's paying $300 to $400 for a dress, they don't want to run into themselves. So
Oh, right.
I'll just buy one of each size. There may be instances when I can special order for that person if I sell out of their size. Some things I purchase come in packs. So it's usually like 2 smalls, 2 mediums, 2 larges,
Yeah.
or 1 extra small, 2, and then 1 large.
And then when that sells out, do you reorder or no?
Not typically. Like if it sells out right out the gate, then I'll try to restock it.
Yeah.
But I do try to keep Tulip very
Interesting.
special. So once it's gone, it's gone.
Sweet.
So your concept is you don't want to run into yourself anywhere else.
For sure.
The most mortifying thing that could happen is you show up and someone else has the same dress.
Oh.
I think in certain instances, and of course your personality, like if I ran into somebody and they were wearing what I had on, I would laugh about it. But when somebody is going to a special event, y'all go
Right.
to special events if
Yeah.
if your wife ran up on somebody that had the identical thing.
Right. It'd be weird.
Oh, you'd make fun of your wife constantly.
God, yeah.
Yes.
She would be so
It'd be
mortified.
She would be.
It'd be rough.
Especially if
It
you're like,
wouldn't be that bad if you didn't bring it up every 5 minutes.
but what if she was like, ooh, that girl looks better than me in that? So,
Yeah, you
Oh,
gotta
you
be
don't
careful.
agree. Yeah, how do
say
you handle that?
absolutely not.
Yeah.
There's no way. Not possible.
Right.
Right.
There's
Yes.
only one right answer. Okay, so you haven't, because I've even noticed like for like even Caroline's generation, like the younger girls are wearing oversized stuff too,
Yes.
where it's not even necessarily their size. They want the XL, the double XL. And do you sell things like that, or is it mostly just like dresses and nice stuff?
Yeah, we have denim and tops, of course, and dresses, and we have some athleisure too. I do some swimwear in the summertime. But I would say like that big bulky sweatshirt,
Yeah.
probably not as much. We do have a brand that was actually born the same year Tulip was born, Queen of Sparkles. I don't know if y'all have heard of this brand. She's out of Louisiana. So she does these big, vibrant, sparkly sequin prints that is kind of trending now. Like think of your ugly Christmas sweater, but now popular.
But sassier.
Yes.
Yeah.
So some of her stuff is definitely oversized. So we have those things in the store, but
Cool.
mostly it's more tailored.
And there was a trend for a while. This is kind of his point of the massive T-shirt where I would see on Instagram a woman would have, I have two different looks: homeless and dressed up to the nines.
For sure.
Is that standard?
I think so, especially for, I would say, your stay-at-home mom is probably, she's going to be in athleisure most days.
Yeah.
Hair up, trying to survive toddler.
Right.
Toddlers are tough.
Toddlers are tough.
You have grown kids now,
Yes,
so you're
but
out
I
of
do
that.
have a granddaughter.
Oh,
wow.
She's 2, and she's amazing. Grandkids are amazing.
Nice.
But she's feisty. Like, I was with her last week, and we changed princess outfits 5 times while I was there. So,
Yeah.
it's a lot. So I would say that they're definitely into more athleisure, and then they dress up when they have to.
they go out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, where are you pulling inspiration from? Like, where are you finding those sequins? What's hot on the market?
Pinterest.
Yeah, Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say the fashion industry, they set the trends when you go to market and you're looking around.
What is market again? Just so we.
So there's different locations.
Again. What is that again?
Well, like
We've
to
never
the-
heard of it.
The little piggy went to the market. Is all.
Yes.
I'm thinking of like New York Fashion Week you're talking about.
So there's one.
It's like
definitely.
events. That's what you're kind of that means. Oh,
So in Atlanta, which is mostly where I go, they have buildings that are open all the time. But then they have apparel markets 4 or 5 times a year.
oh,
So showrooms are there, so that you have people who own the showrooms and they represent these certain brands, which is mainly where I shop. And then they'll have temporaries, which will be a bunch of designers and fashion industries that come to the temporary areas and set up booths. That's more of your fast fashion type brands. And then they have jewelry and accessories and shoes and all the things. So it's like 12 or 14 floors
yeah.
of clothes. And
Wow.
yeah,
How much time are you allotting for that?
it's open for a full week when they actually have the
So you're
market.
going multi-day.
Yes.
Really?
I'm leaving Monday. This is going to be a short trip. So leaving Monday, coming back late Tuesday night for this
Okay.
trip. So
And are you taking like what's your process when you're there? Are you taking photos? Do you have a little iPad?
I have, usually I take
An
somebody
assistant?
with me.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
That they take pictures of the stuff that we buy. It's actually really hard because I'm such a shopper personally. So it's hard to decide and narrow it down.
Yeah.
Like, you want all the things. But we take pictures and try to coordinate. Like, when you're buying different showrooms throughout the day. And then you try not to buy too many blue dresses. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, but I buy so far in advance. So, like, when I go next week, I'll be buying spring 2025.
Whoa. Mm-hmm. A year in advance.
That's
Almost.
risky.
Wow.
Yeah,
But you're setting the trends, so it doesn't matter. 'Cause
Right.
you're telling people what's in.
right. And most of or what's in for my style, but or Tulip style, but most of the designers cut to order, especially your higher end pieces. So
So you order it and then they make it.
they make it to what.
Gotcha.
I mean, one designer may have 15 styles per month that they're doing. Like, they'll do a pre-spring, spring
Yeah.
1, spring 2, summer 1, summer 2, pre-fall, fall 1, fall 2, holiday.
Have you ever had someone you put on one of your dresses and they look so bad in it and you just told them you're not allowed to buy it?
Yes, I mean, we do
That's
try
smart.
to be.
I think I would do
Yeah, I think you have to.
You
Yeah.
have to
You got to
tell
be
them.
honest.
People want to know the truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I
And
mean,
how do you say it?
I think the approach is we have something that will look better.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
that's
So-
good. That's good.
I used to work at Sport Check, which is a sporting goods store in Canada.
Okay.
And our best salesman, I remember sitting there my first week, and a woman came out with a jacket on, and he was like, "That makes you look fat. Take it off immediately."
Okay. I wouldn't say
And
that.
I know, but it never even crossed my mind to say that to somebody. But
Right.
but she appreciated it so
Yes.
much, and then went and put on something, and he was like, "Yeah, that looks good."
Yes.
Bought it immediately.
Yes.
And I agree with him. He was telling the truth. He wasn't being mean. He was telling the truth.
Yes.
But it is nice to have someone that'll tell you the truth, because I've been in places where they just tell you everything looks good.
Right.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
Because then nothing. Then you don't know what looks good.
Well, and then you feel like you can't trust the person that you're asking.
For sure.
advice from. So,
Which is the same thing with your wife too.
yes.
If it looks
This
bad
is
on my
risky.
wife,
This is risky. The advice he's about to give.
no, if it doesn't look good on my wife, I
Mm-hmm.
will tell her that looks terrible. And if it looks good, then I'll tell her that it looks good.
Risky.
But I want my opinion to mean something.
I wouldn't
right?
say terrible per
Suzie,
se.
coach him
I
here.
would say just well, no, there's a scale. Like,
Right.
like if it just didn't look that good, I'd say, oh, that doesn't look that good.
You have to say something else would look better on you.
Yes.
That's a good
no,
line.
that's
I like
so
that.
if it looks okay,
Yes.
but not great, I would say something else would look better on you.
Yes. I think that's
But
a
if
good
it looks bad,
Throw that out.
then you would just say, ew.
Put it in the garbage.
Ew. Would say
It's
that.
never going to look good on you.
I would say my husband, of course, he's joking, but he typically will say, just to make me paranoid right out the gate, "You're wearing that?"
That's always good.
That is good.
Oh, is that what you chose?
So maybe I should have brought him for this
Oh,
podcast.
man. That's wild.
And then you have to. So then the opposite for you, you would say like, "Hey, did you mow our lawn this
Right.
week? Was that you? Aren't you
Yes.
supposed to mow it a certain way?"
And
Are
of
you
course,
finished outside?
I'm like, I'm not trusting you for fashion advice. Thank you.
Right.
But he has learned so much, and he appreciates the brands. Like
Yeah.
he sees stuff, and he knows, oh, that's
what looks
so
good.
and so.
Really?
So he knows the names, which
Yeah.
is funny because
What
Totally
are
not
yeah?
his
What
thing.
are the main brands that women are looking at these days?
I mean, for Tulip, my probably most popular brand is Crosby by Molly Birch. It's a designer out of Atlanta.
Like Sidney Crosby.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Do you know who that is?
the hockey player.
Okay. But yeah, she and Emily McCarthy, which is a designer out of Savannah, Georgia. Just really cool Southern.
What about the big ones like Lily Pulitzer? Like that's a feels
Definitely.
like the bright colors, the dresses.
Right. I don't sell Lily. Of course, Pink Sorbet in Columbia, which is an amazing store.
yeah.
Elena is a good friend of mine. She has a Lily store, but she carries some other things too. But I
They'll
would
only
say
sell
in
to
the
one
same,
place, right? Was that the thing?
They
Like,
do territory protect and zip
Yeah.
code protect, which is really nice, especially when you're selling something at a higher price point, so that the area doesn't become saturated with the same things. So I do try to focus mainly on those brands that will territory protect, and that was kind of how Tulip came to be in Lexington. I worked in Columbia in my previous career, and so many boutiques. Well, y'all, I mean, you know. So, but there were boutiques in
I
Lexington.
kind
but
of
not,
know.
Okay.
I mean, you looked
Yeah,
at me like, of course I know all the
Of course you
boutiques.
know. But there wasn't really anything with that specialty factor
Right.
or maybe a higher price point in Lexington. But I feel like there were definitely a clientele that could serve that. So
Right.
that was kind of my idea of starting Tulip, was to bring that into Lexington.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you always have a dream of like opening a shop? And what was your previous career?
I was a paralegal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For about 16 years, I worked for the same firm on Divine Street.
No kidding.
And then I changed careers there in 2020. January 2020, I started as the office manager there. Our office manager left. The position was open. I was kind of looking for a change. I was a little bit burned out. So I took on that position, and then COVID hit 2 months later.
And you said, why not open up a store during this
And
time?
I was, I've always loved fashion, loved to shop, kind of had a dream of owning my own business, but it just never felt like it was going to happen. And then that year, I don't know, perspective changed for a lot of people during that time,
Right.
I think. So I just initially decided that I was just going to retire and stay home for a little while and kind of figure things out.
Yeah.
And my husband and I were toying around with what we wanted to do. He's always wanted to own a small business too.
Yeah.
So we found a spot that's like 4 minutes from our house.
Sweet.
It's nice.
So I retired like on New Year's Eve was my last day at the firm. And then we signed the lease on the space January 4th. So it was really
Dang.
quick.
And this is 3 years ago.
3 years
This is
ago,
pretty new.
2021.
Were you worried about COVID? Like people showing up to the store?
Yes. I honestly think.
Doesn't seem like it.
Well, I think now looking back on it, I'm like, I was just looking for something joyful and like to give myself a platform to do good things.
Sweet.
And we were willing to take the risk. And honestly, looking back on it now, I think that it was like the ideal time to open because people were just now getting back out there. They wanted to travel and shop again. And so it ended up being really wonderful right out.
That's
the gate.
great.
So
What were the struggles just in general for opening a store coming? Because I think there are a lot of women that like have that dream to open a boutique.
for sure. There were a lot of things that I didn't anticipate. It's hard. And I had boutique friends that said, it's not for the faint of heart, things like that. It is your baby, so you're just constantly working at it 24 hours a day. I don't know that there was a specific struggle other than like designing the store.
Like setting it up?
Yeah. I had a vision board of what I wanted it to look like. And luckily my husband's super handy. So he built our racks and he did a lot of things. And so it definitely came to life. But maybe it was a little bit of being naive and just like, this is what we're doing. So I didn't really.
Didn't have to,
Yeah. It was very organic, I would say.
Yeah.
So we did that 2021. And then in January 2023, we expanded to double the size of the store.
Sweet.
Wow.
The space beside me was available, and it was just kind of hanging out. And
You said, let's scoop that up.
well, my husband was like, "We're going to do it," and I was like, "Okay, we're doing it." So, but it has been great. It's
Nice.
fun, and
But are you guys like numbers people? Or were you running numbers like we need to sell this amount per month or per week or anything like that?
I wish I was more like that. I need to be more like that. I think to begin with, I did set a budget on what I was going to start the store out with.
Yeah.
And kind of stuck with that. Like I just kind of based it off the previous year as best I can. I will say in 2024, things have changed. Like inflation has changed things.
Right.
Things have definitely trended. I don't know if it's down or it's just different. People are traveling more now, like big trips. I don't know if y'all noticed that. Like,
Yeah.
people are taking like really big trips. And of course they have to pack for those trips. But so 2024 has been a little bit different and I anticipated that. But I just buy a month. Like I have a goal of how much I'm going to spend every month.
Yep.
And then hope for the best.
So your dress is
Yes.
blue and white. It reminds me of Mykonos, Greece.
Yes.
Have you been there?
Yes, I have not.
I was just looking at a picture of that from
It is
there this
a
morning.
great key. Yeah.
I kind of liked. As soon as I came home, I painted all the bricks in my backyard white.
Okay. One of the girls that works with me, she went to Greece last year. An amazing trip. It looks amazing. We're not big travelers. Like we're homebodies. I don't think we've done a big trip since before COVID.
Really?
Yeah. So, we've been local.
Where would you go? Where do you want to be?
Oh, where do I want to be? I say right now, if I could go anywhere, it would probably be somewhere tropical, like Turks and Caicos or something like that. For
It's
sure.
not very far away. That's
I
like a little.
know.
It's like a little trip.
But it is an airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Costa Rica's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's easy to get to. Panama's really safe.
Okay.
Portugal's kind of the hot place right now
Yeah.
too. All my parents' friends, it's like when they hit their late 60s, 70s, they want to go somewhere safe and easy. Supposedly Portugal is great.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely places I want to see, but we are just kind of like we took a vacation. We went to Isle of Palms.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Which
We
is
are-
great.
We are blessed in South Carolina to just have like
For
things
sure.
so close to us.
It is true. And when I lived in Canada, we were just traveling all over the place, but it was because it was cold a lot. You wanted to go somewhere.
Right.
But then when I moved here, I was like, I kind of get why people don't travel a ton.
Yeah.
Because you can be
Somewhere in 2
different
hours.
climates very quickly.
Do you guys have an RV?
We don't.
Really? I picture Joseph driving an RV.
He has a tractor.
Tractor guy, like a bigger
John
one.
Deere.
I don't know with the brand. He's gonna gig me for that one. It's red.
I'll try a case.
Yeah.
John Deere's are green.
He's a NASCAR fan.
He's not.
What? I get the whole. I have a wrong
I
image.
You have a wrong-
I know. Yeah.
Usually I'm on this.
He's kind of. He's a UFO enthusiast.
Love that.
Oh, really?
He is.
Didn't see that coming
Just-
at all.
He's kind of a
Wait,
nerd.
Wait, like in your basement, you guys have like equipment that he's talking to UFOs?
Thankfully, not yet, and I hope that
It's
he doesn't
moving
get.
that direction.
He's
He's
ordering
like,
some
yes, I'm
stuff.
doing that right now.
Wow, like
He is. He's super handy. He likes to build things.
Yeah.
He's just a worker. Like his family, they are a family of workers, and
he's
a
sending
hard
signals to
worker.
UFOs,
but he loves YouTube. He watches a lot of nonsense.
conspiracies, all
Yes,
that's
for
great.
sure.
Really?
That's good.
Does he think we landed on the moon?
Not
oh
a
gosh.
chance.
Okay, I feel like you have to have this conversation with him.
Yeah.
For sure.
We'll have a third hand through you, though,
Okay.
instead.
Okay. I think that he definitely has some conspiracies with that
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
Yeah, he gets in it.
Good.
And I'm kind of rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah.
So he lets me know.
I
if
like
need
that he's
to know.
thinking about this. We need more guys like that thinking about this stuff.
Yes.
out
It's
there.
it's just so stressful to think
It
about all that.
is. It is. And
It's a lot.
but
All right.
he loves it. And
Yeah,
so
that's great. So, what do you guys talk about, or when you go on date night? What does that look like?
we usually talk about Tulip. And, thankfully he's all in it too. Like it's his
Yeah.
baby too. So
But he's numbers. He's not looking at it being like that color's all wrong.
No.
We need a different palette.
No, he will come in from time to time and he's like, "Oh, that's pretty." I don't
He
like.
says the word pretty.
He does, or I don't like that. That's not going to sell. So recently, one of the brands, Crosby, that we were talking about earlier, she did an athleisure line, like a pickleball line, because of course that's super
That's hot
popular right now.
Yeah.
And she did some paddles that were super fashionable,
Cool.
like her designs on the actual pickleball paddle.
Yeah.
So of course I had to have them at Tulip.
Mm-hmm.
And he came in and he said, "We're selling pickleball paddles now." And I'm like, "Yes," because they match the outfit.
Yeah. I can see people buying
I
that.
could for sure.
Well, confession, they didn't do very well.
Get it? I know. That would be like buying golf clubs to match your shirt. It's just,
Something you would do.
I might do that.
You'd like to get into that.
Yes. So, but anyway, yeah, he's in it. He's in it. We do talk about that a lot. And we
Yeah.
have a dog.
Yeah.
So
Golden retriever.
Oh, I
He's
was hoping
actually-
you were gonna guess. Wait, I
yeah,
want to guess.
He's a rescue.
Oh,
We're a
So
big
you don't even
rescue
know. You don't
people.
even know what it is.
I would say if I had to guess, he's somewhere between a Chihuahua and a Bulldog, maybe. I don't
Really?
know. He's
Smaller.
a feisty little thing. He's got quite the personality.
He
so.
bark just all the time.
Really, I mean, he definitely is a protector. He's older now. He's in his senior years, so but he's a good boy.
What do you do with stuff that doesn't sell?
So I had a feeling y'all were going to ask me this, and I was like, it's so early on. So I would say, for the most part, so far, I usually will, like seasonally, I'll just put stuff in bins, and then I'll bring it out. We'll have a big Black Friday sale.
Oh yeah.
Or we usually do a big spring sale too, like the weekend before Easter.
Right.
So I have donated some stuff. I try to be pretty careful about where I donate because
Yeah.
I want them to go to the right places, like Sister Care and places like that help women that have been displaced.
Right.
So close for them. But I mean, we discount it, during those sale times.
Yeah.
But-
Do you always have a sale going on at some level?
Yes, there's usually a sale rack. So things that have just kind of been lingering a little bit will make their way to the sale rack.
Yeah.
Right now, because we're which is weird to say that we're in the end of a season, because it's the middle of summer.
Right.
But for us, our fall is coming in. So,
I love fall.
yes, it's great. Fall and holidays. So,
Yeah.
sorry. But so right now, a lot of our summer items are on sale just because people are starting to focus on fall. Women usually travel is almost done because school's about to start back. So women are buying fall
Yeah.
game day. stuff like that. Or a holiday for like Christmas holiday stuff will start coming in October.
Would you say that the 30 to 50-year-old fashion is getting more provocative or less provocative?
What I buy mostly is not provocative, but yes, I think that there's
More
definitely
or less?
probably a little bit more for that older, and I think that maybe that's like a Real Housewives kind of vibe. So I think shirts have definitely gotten shorter,
Tighter.
Jeans have gotten higher, like high rises in. So trends definitely have been going in that way for a little while, I would say.
So should a husband their clothes for their wife?
No.
Can you tell Randy that?
Gift cards.
Randy loves a nice provocative
Yes.
outfit for his wife, and he just purchases.
Well, only when I'm around. Like
Right.
I'm
You don't
like,
want her to
whatever.
go out like that.
If I'm not there, I don't care what she wears. She
Right.
could look homeless, and it's
Yes.
perfectly fine.
Yes.
But I'm like, if I'm with you, you might as well wear something
That
that
you
I
enjoy.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. And if you know her size and her style and have it down pat,
but
I
Susie,
think it's super special.
and
she doesn't buy a thing.
Right.
Well, and I appreciate
Tell
that
him
about her.
Tell him that's strange.
So, no,
number
here's
one.
what's amazing about her. Is she's like, I just dress the way that my husband wants me to. She's like, I don't
Okay.
dress for anybody else other than him. And like, she's like, I dress for myself when I'm by myself. If he likes something, I'll wear it.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's
That's
definitely
What? Right.
Strangest thing in the
I think it's
world.
weird when women
Strange.
just dress for each other all the time.
well, I think that you should, and what I try to focus on is dress and what makes you feel pretty and what makes you feel confident.
Yep.
For sure.
What if it's cargo pants for me?
Absolutely.
You would encourage that if it
Love
made me
those
feel
cargo
confident?
pants. But I think with women, the styles and what you're comfortable in kind of changes as your lifestyle changes. You know, right now what's working for her won't be the same 10 years from now. So I think it's cool that you try. I do have some husbands that come in and shop. And so I try to pay attention to what their wives are looking at while they're in there, because I know that those husbands will probably come back,
Right.
especially if it's around the holidays or Mother's Day, and shop for them.
Yeah.
And they don't want to do the gift card. They actually want to have something wrapped.
Yeah.
So we do our best to try to push them in the right direction.
Sure.
That she would spend, and in my defense, she would spend $0 on clothes.
Okay.
And she'd be like, "What? It's still good." And I'm like,
Yes.
"It's 7 years old." And
Yes.
and she's like, "Yeah, but what am I going to do? Go buy something new?"
I know.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I think that is what you should do."
Well, I think
Like,
some
no,
women
I'm-
just aren't into fashion, and
Right.
that's okay.
Yeah,
I love it that you are.
I-
like y'all are
I
like
am.
fashion.
I love
It's
it.
just the strangest. I mean, the guy, cargo pants Magoo over here, is running the fashion of his household.
Oh my gosh.
Now,
that's
have you
No,
ever?
golf wise, I dress very
Oh,
well.
he's
At
gotten-
golf.
Yeah.
I'm a
Here's
great
what's awesome.
dresser.
And his brothers listen to the show, but when his brothers come to town, you get to see a glimpse of Randy 10 years ago because they're Canadian, and it's just the outfits are hilarious.
Right.
But now he's a good dresser when he golfs.
Golf. Yeah.
Okay. That's very important.
And I used to wear
half the battle.
I used to wear board shorts as normal shorts, which was normal where I grew up.
Okay.
But then everybody was like, "Are you going swimming?" And I'm like, "No, I
Maybe.
think this is just what I wear when I go work out." They're like, "It seems a little strange."
That's funny.
But now that I've been out of it, it does feel weird to put on board shorts to go work out.
Yes.
Now,
I
have you-
agree with that.
Now, have you ever had this? We know a person locally that will get a phone call from a guy, a sugar daddy,
Okay.
that says, "I'm going to give you my credit card, and so and so is going to show up to Tulip. You just take care of them." You had that yet?
I have not.
You want us to send some people?
Yes, send them my way. I have had men come in and want to shop for their wives and like not care at all how much
Yeah.
they spend. And so I feel bad as the owner of the store when that happens. I would rather one of my girls help them,
Right.
because I don't want them to think that I'm leaning towards the most expensive thing in the
Right.
store for my personal gain. But yeah, especially around the holidays, we have men that
Come
come
on,
in
yeah.
and they're like, last minute shopping, I need some things.
Sure.
And they'll spend, hundreds of dollars just trying
Yeah.
to make it work.
Do you train are they called sales associate? What would you call your people?
We call them our
Fashionistas?
Tulip girls.
Tulip girls?
Tulip girls?
Yes.
So do you train your tulip girls on like opening lines? Like say I walk in the door or my wife walks in the door.
Yes.
What's a good opener? Because I know there's training on this, like to
Yes.
get people to buy.
I'm sure
They would ask you, are you shopping for yourself or for somebody else?
What size are you?
I would say for me, I really hate pushy salespeople. So, like the way we handle things at Tulip is we say, you know, hey, how are you? Welcome to Tulip or something like that. And then let us know if we can help you find something. If there's a certain promotion going on, then we'll tell them about that.
Yep.
We do have customers that come in and they won't help. Like they won't, please put stuff in the dressing room for us because we're not really sure what we're looking for. And then we have customers that for sure just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
So I try to find some balance there. Like we're here if you need us, but we're not going to hover over you and say, why don't you try on this or whatever the case may be. So I definitely have asked them to not be pushy.
Yeah. I think I've seen too, like where what helps get a sale too is like if you see anybody carrying clothes, you grab them off them and say, let me start a dressing room.
We do that for sure. Some people come in and they try on like 50 things.
Right.
It gets intense sometimes because if they're looking for a certain event and they just are unsure of sizing or whatever. And of course we just let them put whatever they want in there and try on as much as they need to. But yeah, I mean, I've had ladies come and just load the dressing room up and then buy nothing.
Oh, just get a bunch of photos for Instagram.
Yes.
I love enthusiasm though in a sales associate.
Yes.
If they get excited when you find the right thing or
Yes.
they're, you know, they just have the right energy to match it.
Right.
That's nice.
Yes. And you can tell, like the customer, if they want your feedback, they're going to come out of the dressing room and look in the mirror outside of the dressing room. If they don't want your feedback, they're just going to stay in the dressing room. So that's kind of how you gauge what kind of interaction you need with that customer.
Nice. What's the most expensive item you sell in the store?
Well, I mean, we have some bags that are $600 or $700.
Okay.
But for clothes, one brand in particular, Sheridan French, is a designer out of Texas. Some of her dresses get close to $500.
Wow, nice.
So that's probably the most expensive thing.
Nothing 4-digit.
No.
Really?
I did for a while sell some vintage designer bags, like luxury bags.
Yeah.
And so that was, you know,
Those get up there,
$1,200, $1,500.
Yeah.
But I don't have those in the store regularly. So, but yeah, I would say our highest price point is about $500.
Sure.
Lowest price point, we do have some things that are under $100. We definitely have that customer. You know, they're coming in and they want a dress, but they don't want to spend $300 on a dress.
Yeah.
So we try to have some balance there too.
And who would be your, I don't know if competition's the right word.
Yes.
Who are you like, oh, we're going to beat them this month in this, or we're going to steal
huddles.
market share?
I would say if you were going to like compare me to a store that would be similar to me as far as price point, demographic, designer, in Columbia, it would be more of like a Monkeys or Scout and Molly, I would say is a similar price point. They have a few things that are higher than us. Those are both franchises. So I think that, I don't know for sure, I assume under that umbrella that you probably, there's things you have to carry. So different, but I would say we're probably similar in our customer demographic.
Yeah, cool.
How do you organize the store? Like you know, grocery stores, they have like you got to hit the flowers to like get the smell, or the bakery is always like right at the opening. What is your mindset on any of that?
Most of the time when we get a new collection from a designer, it matches because they have designed it to match.
Yeah.
So we have sections of the store that would be based on like new arrivals, a collection that coordinates. I need things to match. It's just the way I work. I told Randy that I was trying to decide what I was going to wear today, and I knew I was going to be sitting on this brown couch.
Yeah.
So,
Didn't want it to clash,
Right.
which it looks good.
Pops. Yeah, it looks great.
so I would say color is probably mostly how it's coordinated in the store.
Okay.
Unless it is like a new collection, then we have a specific spot that we keep new collections in.
Nice.
So that we have shoppers that are new arrivals or die. Like they just only want the new arrivals.
Fresh stuff, yeah.
So they come in and know where to find that. But the rest of the store for sure is like.
And is there anything special that you do when you drop new merch?
I mean, Instagram. Bless.
Just throw it on there, yeah.
Yeah.
Models.
Yes. So we try to do it may be seasonally or whatever a girl has going on in their lives. Like if it's close to summer, then we're focusing on vacation styles. If it's Easter, then we're focused on Easter dresses. Game day, of course, we'll have a lot of game day stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. So, but we do push it out on social media. And then we have our website, so we always link it back to the website. And then usually about once a week, I can put together an email for our subscribers, and we'll send out new arrival information to our subscribers.
And it's weekly stuff that you're generally getting something.
We usually have, I'm trying to get it to just 2 days a week, new arrivals. But sometimes when the timing is hot, like when seasons are changing or when game day's coming in or holiday, then it's every day. I mean, boxes are coming in every day. So it's really trying to just keep up.
Tell me about this hat.
Okay.
What do you think?
It's all jean. It's a Scully.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's visor board made from recycled content.
Okay. I appreciate that.
You want to feel it?
Yeah.
Maybe feel it.
Okay. I like this little band here.
Yeah.
It does feel like whoever is going to wear this is going to have on some white and blue New Balance shoes.
Oh, I love that. I have a pair.
So they would
Dad
The
look.
dad shoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they would be either young and ironically wearing it, or they would be Tom's age wearing New
Dad
Balance.
mode, yes.
Young kids.
I could see a teenager or college student wearing this with
Looking
a big
fresh.
sweatshirt and some leggings for sure.
Oh, a woman.
Throwing in some blue, yeah. I
Wow.
could see pop of color.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dr. Courtney wants that one bad.
Yes.
It's the hottest
can
item
see
we
that.
got going right now.
This is definitely the style hat that my husband chooses to wear. He's not a
Yeah.
big trucker hat guy,
Yep.
which
Rope
definitely
hat.
the trucker hat's definitely trending. So,
Yeah.
but this
Do
is,
you guys ever design anything with your logo on it?
I
Like
have,
custom stuff?
Yes, we've done bags before, and I brought you guys some swag.
Sweet.
So,
Yeah.
but mainly just like koozies and stickers.
Yeah.
My husband's a big sticker guy, so he's constantly making.
Stickers.
Stickers?
I used to have a sticker book when I was a kid.
Well, the funny thing about him is he loves them, but he never puts them on anything.
Right, he just
has
collects them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I brought some gifts for your wives too, which is
Yes.
probably not going to work for Randy's wife now because
Nope.
she's
Oh, no.
not a shopper.
No, she'll. I'll come in and
He'll be
choose
there.
something more.
Yeah.
Just come
What-
shop for
so
her.
how'd you guys come up with the name Tulip?
It was my mom's favorite flower.
Oh, cool.
And if you Google anything and put boutique behind it, it exists.
Really?
Like they're just everywhere. So I was trying to come up with something short because I just wanted it to be one word.
Yeah.
So I was toying around. I had like just writing, doodling, trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I wrote down Tulip and it just stuck. So
Nice.
I love it.
I like. It's a good name. It's easy to spell.
Yes.
It's short.
Yes.
I'm not great at spelling. I think I would have put it L-E-P.
Okay.
But you can't base it based on
Like
how
ju-
Tom's going to spell
like julep.
something.
Is
Julep.
julep?
Yeah.
Oh, the mint
Well,
julep.
and
That
font.
sounds like something.
When we
Yep.
were picking out the font, sometimes a T, depending on the font, does look like a J.
Yes. That's how I sign my
That's
name.
true.
Yeah. So in that instance, for sure.
Yeah.
This
We
is a
had to-
nice. Tell Joseph Ernest this sticker is nice. I
Okay.
like because it's
Joseph J-E.
it-
J-E-B.
it-
Wait,
J.E.B.,
J-E.
Jeb.
Jeb? Does he ever go by Jeb?
People have called him Jeb, for sure. He has a lot of names. Like some people call him Joseph.
Does he have a pair of overalls?
Probably not now. He did just recently. He's going to get me for this. He did just recently come home with a denim jacket that he found at like
Nice.
Goodwill or something.
Like an old one.
And he was so excited about it, and I crushed his dreams. Bless him.
I need one of those too.
I will
Tell
it to
him
Randy.
I'll
him
have
home
it.
it to you. Because, and it wasn't that it was a denim jacket.
Yeah.
It was just
there's
the
a right
style.
way and there's a wrong
Thank
way.
you. And
Tell
so
Randy.
Immediately, I was like the 80s call.
Tell Jeb I'll take that off his hands.
If it's the wrong way, Randy wants that.
Yes. But yeah, I don't know. Fashion for men can be difficult. I think that, like, I don't like the skinny jean or skinny pants.
Really?
Yeah.
But
There's
that's definitely for the younger guys. It's
Yeah.
definitely trending.
Some get
fine.
too tight.
Our friend Mark Losby, one time he was wearing his jeans, and some guy was giving him a hard time, like, "You kids in your skinny jeans," and Mark walked away. He's like, "These aren't even my skinny jeans."
Oh, gosh. They have a style of denim called, I think it's cigarette. And, like, that's, like, the super
Tight,
tapered,
tight.
tight.
They got to be like spandexy,
Yes.
almost like a legging. Leggings for dudes is weird.
It is weird.
You can't have that.
I agree with that. I don't know. I mean,
Do you have any unisex stuff?
no.
Nothing.
Well, I shouldn't say no. I would say that we have some neutral things that could go either way.
Yeah.
We definitely are more of a girly store. Definitely,
Yeah.
you know, lots of pink.
How many dudes walk in on an average week?
If it's not a holiday season, less than 5.
5 total.
Yeah.
Really?
But like Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
we only see guys on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody is in
You have
mass
to.
panic
Yeah.
to last minute gift giving.
That's great.
Do you want to ask her about
Oh,
some
yeah,
of those
let me show
shirts?
you these.
Let's give a couple
Okay.
shirts. We want your opinions.
Professor Pattison. I mean, we think this is going to be a big one.
I have seen you guys wearing that.
Oh,
Is
what do you
sassy?
think?
Like, what do you
I
think?
like it
You think
because
peop-
it's saying we're hot. I appreciate
You
that.
get it.
So it says Columbia's
it.
hottest,
Yes.
and it's a gray T-shirt that has our logo as the O.
Yes, I really
You're
like
into
that.
that.
I'm into that for
Okay.
sure.
What color skin tone? Like when you look at Tom, do you think he should be wearing gray or green or black or?
Look at
Okay,
this beautiful olive cookie dough
you are
skin.
you do have your summer tan
you.
on. I would say like gray is fine,
Yep.
but don't wear that with khakis.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
I'm a big.
Gray and khaki doesn't work.
It doesn't. I
Right.
don't think it does.
I think you're probably right.
Don't ask Randy.
I think that there's a push for navy and black to match these days,
Yeah.
but I disagree.
I do too.
Yes.
Yes, I was being told that I can wear navy and black now, but I've never felt right.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
What about brown and navy? Fine.
I don't love that either.
What about brown and black?
Brown and black is okay. Like what
Okay.
you have going on here is
Yeah,
good.
it's like a bright black,
Yes.
bright brown, and then I match my belt to it.
Okay. Yeah, I
Okay.
appreciate
And
that.
my
Look
watch
at
a little
you.
bit.
Okay.
Just
for
a
you.
classic logo shirt.
Yep.
I really like that color shirt.
Yes.
It's
Really?
very pretty.
But I can't wear that color. It's kind of like a teal blue.
Well, you're kind of blonde, right?
I'm a
Blondish.
little, yeah,
Blonde, gray, red.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's getting old. Mm-hmm. Okay.
You probably look better in darker colors.
yeah.
They say black on Randy. That's why he wears all black all the time. Is his color.
I've decided to just wear all black
Yeah.
all the time.
Slimming too. I
Then
should have
we
worn
went
black.
with
Oh,
our-
thank you.
Little mission statement here.
I like that one.
This is all black. Says
now, would
hope,
you
healing, and
ever
lasting
wear a
health.
T-shirt though? Are you ever wearing a T-shirt? Because
I'm not a big t-shirt girl, and I mean, I used to love like a long sleeve t-shirt was my thing, like
Yeah.
the Vineyard Vines long sleeve
Oh, yeah.
t-shirts. Love those. I'm not a big t-shirt girl unless I'm like home, like on the weekends because
Right.
I have to dress up so much. Like on
Right.
the weekends, I do kind of look homeless. So I am a t-shirt on the weekend kind of girl.
But it's fine if it's like kind of tied up or
Yes.
there's like a little
There's
ring
a way
around the
to-
side or you
there's a
cut
way
it
to-
off or you
there's-
cut the middle. Like you
there's
can't
a-
just wear a normal t-shirt. There
Right.
has to be something done to it.
Well, I think women especially, you know, there's all body types, and so you have to wear what flatters that body type.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you coach anything on that? Like this dress works with this body type and that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people can look better than they think they can if they just buy their size.
Right. Size
and I think
fit.
for
yes.
women, it's so hard.
Yeah.
So I try to be supportive. It's
Yeah.
a number, a size. Nobody knows what size you're wearing except
Right.
for you. So, but I think a lot of times people just have that. I have customers that if they can't buy a small, they're just not going to buy it.
Just because in their head they don't want to
They
wear
are
a medium.
not going to buy the medium.
Yep.
Really?
Definitely.
Yeah. So I think
get
it's
it.
definitely from a female perspective. I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of stigma attached to the sizing.
How often are you wearing something different or like the same? Do you ever wear anything
Oh.
twice?
You can't wear this dress again ever, can you?
I know.
Not now that
and
it's
when
on the
I was
hottest show.
trying to, exactly, everybody's going to see this.
Yeah.
So when I was trying to decide what to wear today, I have a favorite dress right now, but I've been photographed in it quite a lot. We just had our fig
Yep.
shoot, and I wore it for that. So I was like, I can't wear it to this because I wore it
Right.
for that.
Right.
But I do. If I keep something for myself, that means I can't sell it. So I do try to be cognizant of that and
Yeah.
not keep everything. It's hard.
Sure.
So
How do you organize your closet at home?
it's chaos.
Is it?
Like my closet at the store,
Yeah.
which is the whole store is my closet. So it's beautifully curated,
Yeah.
and my house is the
Chaos.
closet is chaos.
Like not color coding, not
No.
any of that.
I do have a separate closet like per season. So
Okay.
right now my closet is spring summer
So you unload and load
I
per
do.
season.
for sure.
See, my grandparents used to do that. I
Yeah.
never.
Well, if you have the space to do it,
Yeah.
So I have a back closet that has all my fall winter things in it right now, and
Yeah.
I will switch them out. But it's not like there's no rhyme or reason in there.
Tom just keeps stacking stuff until his wife is
Oh,
like,
I
"That's
just-
it.
Are you
You're
a big
throwing
shopper?
away
I
everything."
I just bought a ton of stuff on vacation, shoes and shirts,
Okay.
and if it speaks to me,
Yeah,
I gotta have it,
yeah.
and I listen.
Okay.
I'm one of those people that listens
All
when
right, I
clothes are
appreciate that.
talking.
So is your wife frugal? I mean, or is she a
she's
shopper
more
too?
she's more frugal, but she does like nice stuff. So
Okay.
she'll just more like hesitate to be like, I can probably wait, whereas I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way I shop too. I'm very much impulse.
Yeah.
So then, if people want to return something, what does that look like? Because
Ooh, what if tags?
I feel, I'll buy stuff impulse if I know that I can return it if I get home and I'm like, I should have done that. But if I can't, then I have to hesitate a little bit and think
Right.
like, how certain am I about this?
So from a small business perspective, our return policy is 14 days exchange your store credit. So
Okay,
you
nice.
can certainly bring it back and exchange it or get store credit to use later. We don't typically do returns unless for some reason somebody purchased it and it was damaged in some way or something like that.
Because people just wear it once and then bring it back.
I think there's definitely
Yeah.
a group of people who do that.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
And, our pieces are specialty pieces for the most part. So typically somebody's coming in to shop for something specific. So we know that they're going to go to that event and they're going to wear it. But we do have people who are kind of chronic returners.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, but customers always
See, like Target does something like that where it's only if you don't have your receipt. Like if you
Yes.
don't have your receipt, you can only return like 2 things a year or
Yes.
something
Or
to
did-
get store credit.
They had something for a while where you had to buy out of that department specifically. Like if you
Yeah.
were returning an electronic, then you had to purchase an
Right.
electronic maybe.
Right.
Could be dreaming that up. But
I could see.
I don't know anything about Target.
Online. So you guys do have an online presence.
yes,
Do you ship personally?
I do.
You do.
because I'm a control freak. Like I do have one girl, my assistant manager, she does it when I'm not there.
Like packages it,
yeah.
takes them to the post office, the whole nine.
Writes a little note.
I do write
You're
a
going to
little
look
note.
amazing in this,
Yes.
Mary.
Yeah.
Love
I
Susie.
do write a note. And honestly, you don't know the impact that you have on people.
Oh, those are great.
But I have had customers come in and say they drove from out of town to come to my store because they got a personalized note from me.
Yeah.
So they feel like they know you.
That's cool.
And I would say, especially if you have an online, like a social media presence, a lot of people feel like they have a relationship with you because they see you all the time. So I think that is important to have that personal note in there.
And I'd rather support you than just Target or somewhere.
Well, and I think there definitely has been a push for social media for small business.
Yes.
And shopping local. And it's so important.
Yep.
Right.
But I think there's definitely a group of folks that just don't, they just get it wherever they're going.
Yeah.
So you have to be intentional with your shopping.
Yeah.
Is there any Columbia designers that are hot and upcoming?
Oh, we got somebody coming on the show soon.
Ooh, do you have Millie? Is it Millie from Lexington? No.
Is it Millie or Min?
Minley.
Min Lee.
Oh God, we're messing this up.
I know.
Still come on the show.
Sorry. Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
And she's actually designed clothes for some of the
WNBA,
yeah.
USC, Don Staley, all that. She's coming.
Her store is actually, or her
Near you
building
guys?
is in Lexington. Yeah,
Oh,
I've
sweet.
never met her personally, but I follow her, and I'm super intrigued by her style.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, who's your favorite Tulip girl?
Oh gosh.
I know you weren't ready for that.
Okay, I can't do that. But they're all my favorite. I love them, and they all have different strengths and weaknesses.
Nice.
So, Catherine is my main girl, who I guess if you
call her
guys-
C Money or K Money? What is it?
Catherine? Yeah, it's with a C.
with a C.
Okay.
Yeah.
But my other girls are like super part time. They have other careers. So they just work mainly for clothes and a discount.
Nice.
So they're super part time and come in maybe 3 or 6 hours a week, or they come in just to model. Catherine's my main person that you see the most, and then Brenda, who is a retired principal. She's actually with the Miss South Carolina organization too.
no
She's
kidding.
on the board. So she works. She's my Monday girl. So she
Sweet.
works all day on Mondays.
You can always count on her.
Yes, but they all have. I will say, if you're looking to hire somebody, what I've learned is teachers have the best work ethic,
Right.
and they just have compassion for people. And I think you have to be
Yeah.
a teacher anyway.
Patience.
And they're hard workers. They really are. So I have 3 right now, Brenda being a retired principal, and then I have 2 other part-time girls that are teachers.
We should start zapping teachers.
Yes, they are strong
Great.
people.
Yeah.
And they just are kind. They really are kind
And they're
people.
just leaving the public school system like crazy right now.
Now's the time to get them.
Yeah.
But they all are warm to my heart. One of my girls, my very first girl, she's a physician's assistant. She works
No
in
kidding.
endocrinology.
That's what my wife does.
Saying that
Or
right?
did.
Yeah. So she actually called me before I opened the store, called my personal cell phone. I never met her. And she just told me she loved fashion and she was so excited about the store opening.
Wow.
And if I ever needed help, she would love to be that person.
No
So she
kidding.
was actually the first person, like 3 months in, I called her and said, I need help. And so,
Your administrator nurse set that up, didn't she?
yeah, so she's been there ever since.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What point of sale system are you using?
Shopify.
Shopify.
Yes, it's so user friendly. Not that I've ever used anything else, but I
Yeah.
feel like it was just when I first opened, I didn't do online right at the beginning, but I had a website, so I just kind of mocked it up to say this is where we are, this is who we are. And then about maybe 3 or 4 months in, I started selling
Yeah.
online. But it's a great platform because it hosts your website and your point of sale. So it's all in one place and it keeps up with the inventory.
Yeah. Who does your website and social media and all that stuff?
I do all the social media.
Really?
Yes.
Sweet.
Randy, you are my 10,000th follower this morning.
I took a
What?
video of it as I did it.
What?
This
Yes.
morning I saw it 9,999.
Yes.
And I was like,
You
I
screen
have to
recorded
screen
it?
record this as I do it. And I did.
I
That's
know.
great.
I saw it and I was like, oh, this is perfect today.
It was amazing.
Yes, thank
We
you.
had
10,000 is
it was-
massive.
It was,
Yeah.
I looked 9,999 and I just was so pumped.
I have been watching it so closely, and like 5 people will probably fall off today. So I'll be back.
We'll get a few 10,000 followers.
Right. But yeah, that's a big milestone. And
Yeah.
it's honestly taking me, I mean, obviously the store's only been open for 3.5 years now, but I've been between 8,000 and 10,000 for a year.
Really?
Yeah.
It's massive.
Yeah. So it's definitely hard. But I do all the social media. And
Nice.
then for a long time, I did all the website stuff too. I just had the website redesigned in January to look the way it looks now.
Yeah.
So I did hire a company to do that,
Yeah.
the redesign. There was a lot of things like I'm very much a person that just figures things out. So I just kind of hit some buttons and look at it and see if it worked. But there were some like missing links, from the back end, some coding things that I just don't know how to do. So
Are you at the store most days?
Yes, I'm usually off on Mondays. And then
You don't have to wear that or hold that hat anymore.
sorry, I thought it belonged. I'm usually off on Mondays. We're closed on Sundays, so I
Yeah.
usually get Sunday, Monday. But honestly, even on those days, I usually just pop in
Yeah.
at some point to fill orders or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Check on Catherine
Yes,
and Deborah.
And
Brenda.
Brenda.
Deborah. I'm gonna start calling her Deborah now. Brenda is actually Morgan Nichols' mother.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
She's coming on the show in a couple, like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw her in one of your, she does some modeling
Yeah,
for you
she
guys?
models. I
She
saw
does.
it.
She does, and she's kind of
Nice.
started her own little a business also.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Good stuff. Is there been any product that you've just like completely missed on? Like you got it and it was a big miss.
Oh gosh, this is a hard question. I would
Besides
say
the pickleball paddles.
the pickleball battles are definitely there. I right out the gate, I probably bought some shoes that were bad choices.
Yeah. Randy's got a shoe story.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Are you a
Big.
big shoe guy?
Well, he
Not-
purchased.
I became one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bought on eBay. I found 1,600 pairs of shoes, and it was in New York.
Isn't his
And-
life wild?
And
Like to
I'm-
resell them? You were going to
Well, I
resell
messaged the guy and I said, "You have all these shoes," and he said, "Yeah, I just bought out this place that was
Okay.
going out of business." So I just got a U-Haul and drove from Iowa to New York, loaded them all up, and this is in 2008. And he had an electric car. He goes, "Hey, you want to ride in my electric car?" I'm like, "Sure." So I
Like
drove his electric car around in it's like Rochester, New York, and then we just loaded everything back up. And my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, she was like, "I'll come with you if you want." And I was like, "All right,"
Wow.
and loaded them all up, and then sold them online one at a time until I just didn't anymore, and then just sold the rest of them for
Like in
someone
bulk?
else to have a story.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing.
It was kind of a good experience.
So what was your margin on them? Did you make some
Well,
money?
I would say like I bought the shoes at $1 or $1.20 a piece, and then a lot of them were selling at $28 or $30 a piece.
That's a good margin.
But it was by the time I did all the time taking the picture, putting it up on eBay. Like it's not like I had an iPhone that would automatically go up. I
Right.
had a point and shoot that I had to then upload to my computer and then upload to eBay.
Right.
And the systems just were tough too. So, by the time you do all the stuff, I probably made $1 an hour.
Okay. Yeah.
But ended up,
Lesson learned.
yeah, it was
It's
a
an
good
adventure.
experience.
It's a
Yeah,
good
it was just
story.
fun.
Yeah, I feel like shoes are risky though,
They
right?
are. And because you have to buy, so from a shoe point of view, you have to buy a case, at least a case.
How
So
many
you
do-
have to get 12. So you get sizes. Most of the designers do sizes 6 through 10, unless
Yeah.
you special order like a smaller or larger size. So you are committed to 12 right out the gate.
Right.
So shoes are definitely a harder sell. I would say they probably have more shelf life than clothes do. Clothes definitely, because trends change so quickly and seasons change so quickly, that clothes don't. You got to get them out, in and out. So
What's a big foot? What would you consider a big foot
For women.
for women?
I would say an 11 or above is a big
It's big.
foot.
Yeah. I always think 9 is big.
9 is actually 8
It's
and 9
pretty
are
normal, isn't it?
most popular
Yeah.
sizes.
I think that's what my wife might be.
I know mine's wife's a
Yeah.
9 too, and
Yeah.
my sister-in-law's a 9.
So those definitely are the most
Big
popular.
foot.
Bigfoot. I would say. I mean, depending on the stature.
I give him a hard time, but I was hoping you're going to say 7's
No.
normal and 9 is big.
I would say depending on their height. You know what I mean? There's some definitely like Catherine wears a size 9.
Yeah.
And she's like 5'4". So
Oh,
she's-
Catherine's got really big feet then. for her
Catherine
height.
looks like she's walking around in
Holy
skis.
she's
smokes.
gonna love this. So, but most women, I would say, is 8, 9,
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
7.5,
I think most men are what? 10.
10.
That's
Yeah.
popular.
Yep.
Yeah. 9 to 10, maybe. 9 seems
Randy's
small.
probably like a 7.5.
No,
I'm an 11. No big deal.
No, I buy 10, but my feet are wide.
Okay, so you need a
Like
W.
extremely. 2E. Yeah, 2E
Yeah.
fits me normal, or I have to wear like size 11 or 12 if
Yeah.
it's not a 2E.
Okay, my husband buys a wide too, which he's normally in a work boot. That's kind of his. that's
Steel
his-
toe.
Yeah, steel toe
Yeah.
work boot.
Just a tough guy. He sounds
is.
great.
Now, does he have a beard?
I want to hang out with him.
He has like this. what is this
Oh,
called?
goatee.
Yes.
Like longer where he can pet it?
No, thank God. No.
Does it tickle your face when you kiss him?
No. I mean, I
You're
think I'm
used
just
to it.
blind to it now.
You're used to it.
Yeah. So,
Has he ever gone clean shaven like in the last 10 years?
no.
Really?
Close. Like close.
Like mustache. He did
Yeah.
a mustache for a
yeah,
while.
and it was weird.
Was it?
It gets weird.
Mustaches are
Things-
great.
Things are weird when you just have a mustache.
I agree. Does he get food caught in it all the time?
That would be weird too.
In
son
September,
has
we
a-
got to do mustaches
Or this
for the rooster.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a competition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like who can grow the best?
Yeah, you get points
Yeah,
for
you
it.
just get
kinda
awarded.
like a trophy.
Outfits.
It's a golf thing, but there's other things that you get points
Yeah.
for.
Okay. My son has had a beard since he was like 15. Bless his heart. He's just a beard guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he loves it.
He hit puberty early, like
I guess so. I mean, at the time, I was just like, "What? This is weird."
like a fourth grader with a beard. Like
Yeah.
Randy did that.
I hit puberty so early.
He
Did
was
you?
so good at
So
sports early.
crazy.
But okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was
It's just
I was
since I had a
5'9" when I was 12.
beard. Okay.
Everyone
Just
thought I was
ripped,
going to be a
too.
monster,
He
and
was
then I
shredded.
never grew.
You're still 5'9". That's funny.
All right, last couple things. So, what's your dream with all this? Do you see multi-location? Do you want to expand? You kind of happy with where you're at? What?
I didn't have like lofty goals for Tulip when I first opened it. I just wanted it to be a happy space for people. So we definitely talk about. I think everybody's always assuming you're going to take the next step,
Yeah.
right? For y'all too, y'all have multiple locations now, so I'm not opposed to that, but I won't say that. I feel like for me, because I'm still in that point of time where I'm just all hands on all the time.
Right.
The second location seems scary.
Yeah.
Just because I can't be in two places at once. And you have to be so specific about where you open that next
Right.
place because of zip code protections and territory protections, those kind of things. So I can't open a Tulip in Columbia and still be Tulip, like still carry the same things that I carry at my store in
yeah.
Lexington. So I think maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
But I would say expanding to double the size of the store that I have now was a big
Sure.
decision.
In the first 3 years, too, was massive.
Yes,
Yeah.
it felt really soon, so it was scary. And then just having to buy inventory to fill that space up
Right.
because you double your space, you have to,
It's like starting over.
right?
Yeah.
So still figuring that out too, the balance between how much to purchase when I go.
Nice. And then do you want to carry any of our merch?
Yes,
Okay.
I would love to have a section
For chiropractic, like
little men's.
Columbia's hottest. We'll give you Columbia Family Chiropractic gear.
I love it.
We'll
We
do a
can come-
modeling shoot with
Yeah, we
you.
could come out and do a whole
Y'all,
show.
don't play with me. Please do that.
Listen,
You've already been on
don't-
Dancing with
don't
the
tempt us.
Stars.
Oh, we'll be there. We'll be
Yes.
there. We'll make a whole production out of this.
Okay.
All right.
That'll be
It's
fun. Tell
Lexington's
Deborah. Tell
really-
Deborah to be ready for it.
This is recording, so this is happening.
Just like signing on the dotted line.
I love
Oh, that's great. So
All right,
tell everyone where to find you. Tell them your address, your online store, your Instagram. Tell them all that again.
Okay. So Instagram is shop at Tulip. That's all of my social media. And it's at shop at Tulip. Our location is in Lexington on Sunset Boulevard, 5175 Sunset Boulevard in Lexington. And then our website is www.shopattulip.com.
Boom.
Perfect. Thank you for being
Yeah,
on
thanks
here.
for
Thank
coming.
y'all.
Here
We're here for the health of it.
for the health of it.